Hello everybody and welcome back to Theme Park Coastin, and today we are over here at Carowinds for a very exciting vlog, as this has always been a bucket list park for me for many reasons, and one of them I'm going to do right now. Ready for it? I'm in North Carolina, I'm in South Carolina, I'm in North Carolina, for that reason right there, but also because it is a fantastic park full of many iconic attractions such as Fury 325, Intimidator, and so much more. But with me today and rushing towards the first ride already, we've got Adam Derrick. And are you excited for our day over here at Carowinds?
Oh, you know, it's been a bucket list park now for so long. Of course, it's got the B&O Beauty, of course, Fury 325, which stands at 325 feet. You know, it looks phenomenal. And of course, we're going to head there first. No, look at that. Intimidator. Also, so many more coasters, of course. Copay Strike, which is another bucket list.
Oh yes, I wanted that one too.
And also Afterburn, which actually is like a really underrated invert. You know, this park looks incredible. Also, as you just said, yeah, it's literally in 2 states, so it's pretty cool and it's very unique. And you know, this park is amazing.
It does already. You know you're in a good park. You won't even see the fair park, in fact. And you walk in, the staff are chatting up heads already. So nice people. The atmosphere is here. The audio's playing. It is such a fantastic park already. We haven't even done a ride yet.
We've got a signed up.
But to be able to get on these iconic attractions too, hopefully it brings to the next level. And as far as the crowds go today as well, it looks next to empty. You got in the car park.
Had like 2 people.
We had a bit of traffic down near Charlotte, so it was a bit busier getting here. But by the time we got into the park, we're near the front of a car park. No one's here. Schools are back, so hopefully it's going to be dead quiet. They're going to be big rides. So we're here for the whole day, and let's head towards our first attraction, the Beast, the 325-foot Beast, Fury 325. Wow, Fury 325, B&M Giga, one of, if not the best ride on the planet. That ride back there is up there my favourites. So amazing, so smooth, so fast, and you run between the 2 states. Oh, that ride is phenomenal.
Oh, honestly, like, we're lost for words for that ride. We just got the back road and going down that 325-foot drop on a B&M with then clamshell restraints.
It's crazy.
With hardly any seatbelt at all, to be honest. You know, that is ridiculous.
Absolutely crazy. I mean,
it's just insane.
And it goes on for a long time compared to all the other B&M Hypercoasters and Giga coasters that we've done. That one is just crazy. I think just going to those drops, experiencing those turns with your seatbelt as well, which goes fully loose as well, which is really awesome. It really is a phenomenal ride, and it's definitely one which I'd go around again and again and again if I had the option to do so. However, we are not stopping right now. We've done one ride, but we're going straight to the next. This is Hurler, the park's wooden coaster, and even though it hasn't got the same glory look of these, never ever underestimate these coasters, because that is amazing, and I don't think anyone's going to be out for a long time to come.
Yeah, great. So basically,
but it's still really fun though.
Also as well, in Kingston Minion they used to have Hurler as well, and then they changed it into Twisted Timbers, like, which yeah, it's looks a bit of an upgrade to this, but you know, it still looks alright.
And it's better coaster than anywhere at home.
I don't know.
We'll have to find out anyway. Because next up on our day over here at Carowinds, we have got Hurler, which is coming right down there. Hurler, tick. We've just done another one, and with a literal walk-on queue. I mean, we literally got to the entrance and the gates were open, we walked on the ride. It was so much fun. The ride itself was a little bit rough, but you can expect that with wooden coasters. With all those fun turns and twists, it really is a nice ride for the family, but it is also one which, if you're coming here on a busy day, I would suggest putting Fury over that, because it's a good ride. Still in my eyes better than anyone we have back at home, but by no means is it one that I'm going to be doing every single second of every single day over here at the park, and probably one but I won't do again today, even if it has got a walk-on queue. Nevertheless, it still is a coaster, another cred, which we used to do over here at the park. But while we're here, I think it's worth mentioning about how the baggage works over here at this park. And it's quite similar actually to how it works across all the Cedar Fair parks. and it is quite confusing actually, because basically at these parks, if you go on the rides, some rides have lockers, which means that you can film in it. And some rides you have lockers, which means that you can put your bags in the lockers. Whereas other rides don't have lockers, I mean you can take them onto a ride, like onto the ride area where you put in the bag. You can't film any rides, of course, but it doesn't know which one's which. So our general rule of thumb is if it has a locker before a ride, like if you just outside the entrance, then take it on. We then put it in the locker, and if it doesn't, then you can go on the ride. But of course, the ones with a locker, if you take it on the ride, you get asked to leave the queue and put it in the locker. So be aware of that before you do come over here towards the park. However, again, another walk-on queue right now for our next attraction, which I've got the name of, but I think it looks like a good coaster. So let's go on to this one. Just blown away on Carolina Cyclone. Okay, that was a horrendous joke. However, that ride is not too bad. Again, we are going in an order to maximise the coasters that we are planning to do over here at the park. So I'm not saying that this is the best ride by any means, and it definitely is not. But it was nice to be able to get back on there, experience those twists, turns that you can commonly find on that sort of ride, as well as its lovely colour scheme as well, because actually it is a very nice looking coaster. And personally, I'd almost rather look at it than ride it itself. As similar to the Woody back there, it was a little bit too rough for me. But at the same time, it's a coaster cred. We've got to go and get it, and it was good fun.
I mean, it was fun. Like, it's none of these. Like, this park seems to have a great top four,
yeah.
And after that, they're all a bit weak. But you know what? That was still, it was okay. I wouldn't say it should rush there, but it was fun, and it does nice inversions. But I mean, I'm going to say it was shaky, but it's an Arrow, so you expect it.
Yeah.
You know, because that ride was, of course, we've got Arrow. We do like it. You know,
we have to like give it Arrow.
It's fine. It's alright. It's just I wouldn't say it was anywhere near like Fury.
Yeah, I know. That's like one of a kind, really.
Early, to be honest.
Exactly. So, and I was just want to say this, guys. There are lots of others as well. As this is part of our American road trip, and we live in the UK, lots of the rides that we do complete on this trip are coasters, and that's because some rides like the carousel, for example, or even the slingshot, you can do anywhere around the world. So what's the point of us doing it over at a park where you have such iconic attractions like Fury 325? And so on these sort of trips, we do mainly focus on the coasters until we complete them all, and then we then start heading on different rides as well, like the drop towers and rides like that. However, if you are going to the park, there is such a wide collection of rides that aren't just coasters, and I hope when we walk around the park, we'll try showing you as many as we can, but there is so many that isn't just coasters. If you're coming over towards the park, do not worry about just having to do the coasters, because there's so many nice family rides, carnival style attractions, and ones just like that. But nothing of those beats this one over here. Vortex, a stand-up coaster. Haven't done one of those in the second stand-up I've ever done, I think.
Yeah, it's our first ever B&M stand-up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's still one different, we've changed it. Of course, what we've done is back home in the UK, Shockwave and Giant Man.
Yeah, which is...
That was an incident, and there's only one of them left in the world, which is of course Shockwave. But yeah, we just done a B&M one, which is the most common manufacturer for stand-ups right now. So I don't think they meant many more like that.
Yeah, so we'll give it a go, give it a review, but I think the stand-up is a bit of a gimmick to be honest on most rides.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know, I've no great views on this.
So we'll find out anyway. Let's go. Stand up on a coaster? I think so. And despite that sounding pretty scary, Vortex sure wasn't. It was a gimmick. I still think it's a gimmick. However, as far as the stand-ups I've been on goes, which is actually one other, it was better than that one. I didn't like the corkscrew on that because it felt really, really rough. But the loop, as well as the twists and turns, were good fun.
I thought it was pretty decent ride. It was smooth, the first shot was good. The main loop, of course, is good. And the corkscrew was quite whippy, so I enjoyed that. I thought it was definitely the best of the three we've just recently done.
Depending on the outward still on the ends, there could be different experience depending on where you sit, of course, as well.
But dispatch was truly solo.
Yeah, the dispatch on this ride was so slow. So if you're going to the park, I'd recommend getting this one earlier, because even though it's not as popular as the other attractions at the park, with them having to take every single row individually, some people don't bend their legs, they have to go and re-look for bars and everything like that. It can build up some serious on queue, and despite that looking like, I don't know, 10 minutes, so it could be a lot longer.
Yeah, we still had 20 minutes.
And 20 minutes waiting in a queue shorter than that, so it was alright again. And as it is a school day, it's going to be quite a bit apart, but compared to the other attractions we've been on, that was the longest queue. So if you come to the park and you really are interested in doing a stand-up coaster, then get on that one as early as you can to avoid long queues.
To be honest, if you look back in the UK, the most similar coaster I could compare to that, or anywhere in the area, like in Europe to be honest, it's probably Shockwave Jet Man Up, because that's extremely similar. It just doesn't have the extra corkscrew. But I actually found that better, and of course, but it doesn't have the zero G roll.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure which one it is, but you know, that one, it's still good fun there, and it's got some really nice turns, and they're relatively smooth, so I enjoyed that.
Yeah, exactly. It's good. It's not a big four, but it's still a nice sun ride at a park, which you can get on, especially on another cred. We are, however, now heading on to one of the big four.
Yeah, well, so next up there's actually three of the.
Oh, then. So yeah, we're doing basically. Without finishing off a big four before we then continue and to do all the smaller coasters in the park. Exactly. So we're going to be heading over towards Intimidator, or as you call it,
Intimidator.
And the reason for that is because you've heard it trims.
We don't know, but we've heard it trims a lot.
But it has got the cool restraints though. So I do like
cool trains as well.
It's got the cool trains and the cool things. I like how on the trays what they do is they basically put like 2 seats opposite and inwards, so when you go down you can really feel the speed.
Yeah.
We really felt that on Dying back over at Kings Island a few days back. So it's going to be good to be able to get back on those restraints and experience it, because I honestly think they make the coasters. So if Fury had it, could it beat Steel Vengeance? I don't know,
yeah,
but it's probably not.
I doubt it, but you know, does it be Diamondback? That's the one I can really compare this to probably. I mean, we haven't been in it yet, but you know.
Well, we'll in a sec, because we're now coming up to Intimidator. Oh, those rides are amazing. I don't care what anyone said about Intimidator. That ride is so much fun. 220 something feet too, I think it is.
No, not 270, it's like 220.
I said 220 foot tall. But that was amazing. The elements are so smooth. The amount of airtime hills you get is loads. The trims are a little bit bad, I gotta admit. I mean, there's one moment where I was like, oh.
Yeah, I'll give it that. So, we can't use the name Intimidator, but you know what? It was actually a really fun ride. That first drop of the NM Hyper is just phenomenal, it's crazy. Also, that the Giga's a great shot, but you know what? The height approach to the drops is insane. I do prefer the Giga drops, by the way. Also, the airtime moments are fantastic. Yeah, that's one thing for me, which really makes the B&M Hyper stand out. And you know what? They're just incredible. Like, the airtime is ridiculous. Like, every hill, even if it's trimmed, just getting thrown out your seat, you know, it's a great coaster. I do prefer Diamondback. Obviously, the same ride which has like, well, not the same ride, but it's got staggered seats like this one does. And you know what? They're both great coasters. And yeah, of course, this park here has Intimidator. And you know what? I think it's a great part. And, yeah,
it's got a great line now, especially for those two rides.
Yeah,
I think it would be nice if it had like a proper wooden coaster. I don't think there is that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what everyone said, GCI wooden.
Yeah, something like that, because it kind of has those good rides. Like, of course, in the UK and stuff, most parks around the world, you go one great ride, that's good enough. But I think for parks that are here, to make it world class, I think they need like one ride like that.
That's 5th standout.
2 rides is great, which is amazing. Then they also need one like on best drive, I think that's really good. Yeah, and then I think having a really solid wooden coaster, I don't think honestly would be amazing.
Something like yesterday, I found ahead at
yeah, we'll make a ride per. I think it
also Timbers at King's Dominion.
I think it also got I think it also got a flying coaster, don't they?
Yeah, they did actually.
Which would be quite awesome.
It's Nighthawk.
I know, that one never open. So No, that one never opened.
It's always shot, and also as well the Coastin banger shot as well.
Oh, double whammy. Few shot, but again, like most parts as well. Yeah, most parts as well. There's such a great lineup of rides that you need to ride.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've got some great coasters to get on today, so.
Yeah, it's not a big ride.
They should get them back up.
They've got like 14 here, don't they?
Oh yeah, 14 or 13.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. But one thing I do want to point out as well is I know it's the amusement park and Cedar Fair commonly amusement park clarified. I don't think amusement parks, but look at this theme around here. It's such a nice park, and I think Cedar Point feels like how Disney World feels as far as Disney goes. This from like Disneyland. It has this nice little charm towards it. Like it feels like a locals park around here. You got all these little rides, little buildings, stuff like that. It feels really nice. Like it feels really, and even like the Planet Snoopy like down there, it just has a really nice feel. It doesn't feel very industrialised. It feels kind of really nice. They've really gone into detail with a thought about the theme and everything around here.
Talking about the theming, new for 2023, they actually announced we're at Cedar Point the other day. Yeah, this park is getting a new themed area, which is pretty cool.
Oh, awesome.
And of course, afterwards, it's actually going to be included into it. And just over there, you can actually see some posters in the area.
Yeah, there you go.
Basically, kind of flat ride. And also, I don't think it's coaster, but also afterwards, I think could have some more theming upgrades, and you know, it's going to look pretty good. But it's difficult to see right now.
Yeah, I do think the theming here is really good. I think anyone who hasn't been here, Six Flags and Cedar Fair have got this bad reputation apparently of not being good at theming, but I think they're great. I think
it's more stylish than theming.
Yeah.
But I think it looks nice.
I said it when we first in Cedar Point, I'm going to say it again now. What they do with Cedar Fair is they make the most of their money. Some parks just go all out on the first movie of ride, and then over the years it gets tassier Merlin. Whereas other parks, what they do is like focus just on rides, and then there's finally parts like this. We put the money into the theming, of course, but they maintain it so well. I mean, they like paint the track every single year here, redo the theming to make it feel as good as new. And that's what parks I think do really, really well. Because parks like Disney, Universal and stuff have got an unlimited budget, so for them it's not the end of the world. However, the parks like this haven't got so much money. It's really nice to look how well maintained all these attractions really are. But I think we're now heading on to the next attraction, which is Afterburn. This is good. Wow, Afterburn is amazing. I am not a big fan, massively, of the B&M inverts. I think they're a bit of a tame ride, and especially if you get near the back, you can't see forward. But that was amazing. Wow. Like, I've been stuff like Nemesis, and even like ones over at the other parks over here. I forget the names of those rides. Yeah, but that, it was so intense. But it was so smooth and so enjoyable. We got a front row as well, which obviously helped.
We did, yeah. I mean, we waited for it, literally. It was quite funny because, I mean, we both went to back, and we do prefer front of most coasters. We went to back, and we saw front was the same weight, so we thought, we might jump on front, even though back could be better. We thought, we'll go on front because we usually prefer front, so we thought we'd do that.
We got to jump on front, and it was so good. So many great elements. And even the theme was really good there as well. Yeah. Not a good theming here, I love the whole Western theme, but the theming and that was so great. So if you come to the park, even though it's again quite a similar type to other rides, get on that because that is amazing. That is really awesome. I was massively surprised when getting on that. How great it is. And it's good one of my favourites at the park. It's going to be... Would it be Intimidator?
I personally don't think it does.
I don't think it does, but what I'm saying, it's close. It's really close.
Good. It's very good.
It's a very good type of ride.
It's one of the best inverts I've been on, if the best invert. I think Banshee I still prefer, only because it's a little bit taller and the first drop was the same, but that actually has some really nice inversions. Also at the Batwing, I believe it's called. Yeah, it's actually really tense.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. However, we are now over here at our next ride, and I'm pretty sure you're going to go and use a locker for this ride. So I think we're going to go and look at the lockers quickly. But this is Copperhead Strike, and out of all the rides at this park, this has been, and I'm not good, this has been my bucket list ride. More than Fury, more than anything. It just looks in. I remember seeing it when it first came out actually on Planet Coaster, because they did like a special version of this ride on that game. And I remember going around and I was like, oh, it's amazing. So I watched the POV, I loved it. I love the theme and love the whole Western sort of vibe towards it. Again, similar to Steel Avengers and Maverick, it has got an absolutely awesome theming towards it. So it's going to be so awesome to finally get on it. It feels weird standing here because this is one of my biggest rides of the trip. And again, I know it doesn't look like a lot, but we'll have to wait and see because it is Copperhead Strike. And right now we're going to get a locker to go on this ride, as it is a no locker ride, which means, as I said earlier, if there's a locker here, you get the lockers. That's how it works here really at this park. But wow, this ride does look awesome, and I'm so excited to finally get on it. So no further ado, let's show you some clips of Copperhead Strike. We have just been on Copperhead Strike, and I'm going to review that as a family coaster. Now, of course, in the UK, that'd be the top thrill coaster of all time. However, reviewing it as a family coaster means that I can be much more about like how fun it is more than how thrilling it is, because it's not a massively thrilling ride. Mum found it thrilling, but it's not a massively thrilling ride over here at the park. But what it does offer is such a fun family ride. For starters, it is a bag ride, which means that you cannot bring a bag on it.
Yeah, so you have to be in the locker before getting on it. For 2 hours, the locker is $4. So you know.
It's kind of a sort of number where it's like, if someone really wants it in your group and then no one holds your bag and pay for it, or I'd personally, if like my mum wasn't that fussed, I'd all together, we'd just go in twice and do it and then save money. But I think it's a bit of a con as well, in the bag thing, because you have no other options. It's not like you can something else. I think it's very odd. But then the ride itself, the queue line is so fun. Those views of the rides as well are amazing.
Oh yeah.
Boarding it is fun as well because they have a little screen to do the boarding stuff.
And the trains are so good.
And also, and on rides, oh,
it's good.
Yeah, such hang time over those loops. It was such a unique experience, I'll say that. Even the launch had a little bounce there. It's like really awesome. You had airtime hills, hang time moments.
I liked it more than me. I did really enjoy it. I felt like I had some great hang time. Also, it's also decent airtime, which is very nice to see. We do get the back row, so maybe it's a little bit different from the front of the train. It's definitely a great coaster. The theme is really nice, but I think you have a little bit of a different opinion on if you enjoy it a little bit more, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like I look at the family coaster. If you look at the family coaster, you will really enjoy it because it's got some awesome elements. Such fun moments as well on that ride, and it's definitely one that should be a must do on your visit, as it is one of the big four. But nevertheless, we're now heading on to the more coasters. Before we do have lunch, we're getting a little hungry now. We're going to be heading on to the Flying Cobras, which is your classic Vekoma boomerang. Let's go on to the Flying Cobras. Don't think it's going to be good as Copperhead Strike, to be honest with you. Flying Cobras is a ride that we have just done, and similar to the stand-up coaster, I think the whole going backwards aspect is a little bit of a gimmick. However, as far as the ride goes, it is a very cool ride. So actually, out of all the coasters over here at the park, that is the one that I would suggest not riding at the most. Not riding the most if you're not fussed on getting a coaster craze, because there's no better rides. Even the swing ride and the observation tower over here is better than that one. However, if you do get a chance to ride, it definitely will not disappoint with you completing a full loop as well as a cobra roll. Not only forwards but also backwards too, which is pretty cool. And that second over there is pretty intense.
Yeah,
so
we didn't realise it before we went on, but like, I mean, because we haven't done a boomerang now in quite a while. Of course, it's become a boomerang, like a huge one. Like we did a first one up at King's Island, You know, that was actually pretty intense. We were actually quite surprised because they usually go down in like coastal community. But you know, I actually really enjoy it. I thought it was alright.
Yeah, I think it's alright, but there's not much more to say about it. It literally is just a Vekoma boomerang. But this ride sure isn't. This is Gold Rush, and I think it's probably the oldest ride at the park.
Sorry?
Is it the oldest ride at the park? It looks like one of them, might be.
It could be. I'm not too sure because I know some other coasters here, but I think I've heard of one, to be honest. But this park only opened for 49 years ago, so it's 50 years next year. Pretty cool.
So that's pretty cool.
It may be the oldest because I think the oldest one got removed a couple of years back.
So maybe the oldest ride at the park. However, it is much more of a better ride than it is there because it's unique. And with it being unique, you've got to ride it. However, it is definitely not an intense ride at all. But it is time to jump aboard, take a trip on this runaway mine train, and see if it is as good as it looks. But it does look pretty cool by the feeling.
You guys all right here? Make some noise.
Nothing beats a good old mine train, and that ride is really good fun. Again, as I said earlier, that's probably the smallest ride over here at the park, coaster-wise, for
Yeah,
family.
I think it is. I mean, it's the...
We were on it, there was no like place for family on it.
Yeah, it's either that or the suspended coaster over in Planet Super where they put it here. And you know, it's quite weird. I think this part needs a family coaster to be honest.
Yeah.
Even more than a GCI Woody, and I know a lot of people went, well. But you know, I feel like this part does need like...
Especially in Planet Super.
Yeah, even like a Zamperla's like a little coaster, like even something like that, you know, that would just work so well there. And I just feel like that's really what this part needs. However, in terms of kind of like Gold Rush, that was fun. No, I didn't go like most people don't like mine trains. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, again, it's nothing like world class.
No, it's
but
good fun.
It's good fun, and it's old as well, so it has some really awesome turns. It has a hidden section at the end where you rush through like little bits and bobs. Oh, it was really, really good fun, and I'll definitely head round in it again. However, it is now time for our final coaster here at the park, Ricochet, and I think I said the name correctly. I think, yeah. And this is just basically a standard wild mouse.
It's going to be like 10 minutes.
But we want to get lunch in a sec, so this will be our final ride before we do go and get some lunch.
It's the final coaster.
It's the final coaster, yeah. The final coaster that's over here at the park, making it our 10th cred of the day.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
So it's obviously someone else opens, which I doubt. We'll head on there, but out of the 13 creds? 14?
14.
Out of the 14 creds?
Actually, no. It must be lower than that. Because if it's our 10th, it must be 12. But...
So out of the 12 creds at this park, we have done pretty well, so...
Yeah, I suppose we've done more than 10.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll double check in a second, but there you go. It is our time for Ricochet.
I'll be the 14-year-old.
Well, I stand corrected. There is not just one more coaster we haven't done, but two.
Well, 4. But I mean,
Four.
we're sort of like 2 of them are shot, so it's fine. But you know, we've got 2 to do. Hopefully, we'll be able to get on one of them because that's a kids coaster. We're not too sure, but they're both in like the Snoopy themed area park, and we hope we can get on it. But yeah, Ricochet, that was actually alright. Like, it wasn't bad. I think it's a Mac rides one, that's the thing, and you know, it was quite good fun. It's basically sort of like a marathon, to be fair. If you've done one of them, like we're taking Chase to Adventures in the UK. And by the way, it's referenced in the UK quite a lot. We come from the UK,
yes.
so that's why. But yeah, it does look shape. It was actually quite good. It was pretty smooth. And the first turns were insane. Like the trims weren't hitting until their last turn. So I mean, them first few like turns and back and forth, like, oh my god, they're insane. Like literally just got pushed to the side. Oh, it was incredible actually.
It was pretty good, but it was
fine.
It was quite rough at the same time, but it was fast though. Faster than either one have done. Maybe that's because there's less trains on the track, because there was less on there, so we had to wait quite a long time to go on it.
So, but I mean, it's actually better than the one up in Michigan's Adventure, where they can only run the train, they can on one train on the track, so the queue goes about 3 hours.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. Even though I won't wait 3 hours for coaster credit.
I mean, that's aerodynamics though.
And we did apologise because of course the one in the Snoopy Land, which they don't know kid coaster, there is a kid coaster.
There is, and there's 2. There's Whistle Express, which is the junior winning coaster, and we've done one of them. We've done 2 of them actually this trip. And there's also another little kids coaster.
And I can't believe how we forgot about that.
I don't know, I mean, we were just passing it, and I swear I sort of saw there were 14 coasters. And then Tom said, oh yeah, we've only done 10. I was like, what? Because I knew there were 2 coasters that were shot, so where the other 2 got them? But
There you go. So Planet Seafood, you got that. Right now though, we are hungry, so we're going to be trying our best to get all the Coastin for us, that's what we normally do.
And we've got so much time, it's literally like 2:20 and we've literally, in the park it's 7 and we've got 2 minutes to go. So.
Exactly, we normally try to get in the Coastin for lunch, but as we're here for lunch, like I just said, plus the fact that we are absolutely starving.
And we only want to rewrite a couple of coasters.
Yeah, exactly. So we decided what we're going to do now is we're going to decide to nip to our lunch, where we're going to ever eat it. That's going to have this Panda Express, and we're going to have Chick-fil-A. And then after that, we're then going to go on those 2 creds, complete them all up, before heading round for our favourite rides. Maybe a few flat rides too. Yeah, but we're going to do maybe a few flat rides to like the swing ride and stuff. And even more than that, but it's been a great day so far.
Oh, it's been amazing. I love this place so much. Like,
yeah.
Carowinds is a great park.
I think I've put more on Kings Island personally, and like, well, this is a big Starbucks, really, look at that.
Yeah. I mean, Joe, so far, like, in the trip, like, in the ranking of the parts in the trip, for me, it goes Cedar Point, Kings Island, Carowinds, Dollywood. But we did enjoy Dollywood, but I mean...
Check out our vlog yesterday if you want to see our foot. There's some bits about it which are a bit unusual, which we didn't expect at all before coming. So check out a video out.
This is a very nice park, like, honestly, so far I've been loving this place, it's so cool.
Yeah, it really has that homely feel. I said as well earlier
like
to Mum and Dad. It says, as far as Cedar Fair goes, and same thing actually Six Flags, Magic Mountain and stuff, Cedar Point feels as if it's a Disney World of the chain. So everyone's there from all around the world. Whereas these parks like here, right, I'm in North Carolina, I'm now in South Carolina, I'm now in North Carolina. You do that all the time. But over here, as well as Kings Island, if we're like a local park for the area, so also those parks have those different things depending on where we are. So it has this lovely like little atmosphere here, of course, of the Carolina states and stuff, but also their own little rides. The people here are much more from the states. It's very unusual, however it is also really fun, especially as a tourist, to be able to go over here and experience what it's like to be over here at locals park. So that's pretty cool as well. But one thing that isn't local and is amazing is food, and we're going to be heading to it right away. However, the plans have changed, and that is because I think it's called Kitty Hawk?
Kitty Hawk, yeah.
Kitty Hawk is open, and Adam said earlier it's rarely open, so...
I mean,
that's rarely open. But that wasn't open earlier, and we were having quite a long queue at times. We thought,
jump on
we're still starving, but we're going to jump on beforehand if it doesn't take long.
I don't know.
Don't too long, right? Well, we jumped.
The one at Kings Island the other day, we actually had to miss the credit because I had a ridiculous line, so we thought we'll just do it now, get it done with, sort of move on.
So yeah, it looks quite long, but again, we're going to have a credit because it means that you can get your 200 over here in America.
So basically right now, I'm on 190 and I'm nearing 200 honestly. And I've got quite a lot of credits to get in Disney World because last time we went I didn't actually get many. But yeah, you know what, it's going to be good and I'm hopefully going to get it on Incredible Hulk Island Adventure, maybe Coastin or maybe Hagrid.
Yeah, exactly, same here. For me, I'm a little bit ahead of him talking about Coastin or Hagrid, so...
This makes the same, to be honest.
Or even me, it might be a bit earlier, so you never know.
Yeah.
Well, here you go, let's go on the next one, Kitty Hawk.
Chili chicken.
Oh, I do love Chick-fil-A. That restaurant is so amazing, and ever since I last had one over in New York City less than a week ago, it has always been so amazing to just go over to one of those and have a meal. And what I particularly love about the Cedar Fair parks is that they have actual chain restaurants. Now, of course, I always say on this channel, go to the restaurants of a park, and we have done that in all the other Cedar Fair parks. But if you're looking for something that's familiar, or something you really like Chick-fil-A for us, we thought, you go down there and you can have that instead. And normally they do chuck on a little bit more of a price than you would get down on the high street. However, the food is really, really good, and I would definitely recommend coming down there. However, there was a lot less options than in New York. Plus, you can't have any meals, and it gets a bit complicated in that sense. But overall, the meal was very, very nice. And Adam, before we start, you also had Chick-fil-A, but how was the coaster beforehand, the head and bang? And I'll see where the name comes from.
It was a little bit shaky. That's the one thing I can really say about the coaster. It was alright, you know, it was fine. I definitely wouldn't do it again, but it was fine. Like, it's nothing special, and they're cloned around the world, so, you know, we got the cred. It was alright. It's just, if you don't want to get the credits or you don't have any kids with you, there's absolutely no point doing it.
See, for the smoothest ride, I tried to keep my head forward as far as I can, but...
It wasn't too rough, actually, but it was shaky.
Yeah. It was very, very shaky. It was like those turns were like around the turns. So I can get my head forward as much as I can. However, if you head back, hit your head. If you have a head like here, hit your ears. It's like you're gonna hit something. But I normally find that your head forward the best. But that's just my advice. I'm not saying any of you should do that. Just do whatever you think's best to keep the ride as smooth as you can. But yeah, another ride. It was nice having an invert. I would say it's kind of a family ride. You can go on the family extreme ride, but it still is overall a pretty nice ride over here at the park. Right now though, we're inside of Planet Snoopy, and I think out of all the Planet Snoopies I've been into, this has got to be my favourite one. It is surrounded by loads of woods. That's just nice little paths going around. The rides look amazing, and they even have a little woody coaster, which we're going to be heading on right away. So with no further ado, let's head on to, believe it or not, the Woodstock Express over here at Camp Snoopy.
Enjoy your ride on the Woodstock Express.
Wow, for a family coaster, the Woodstock Express is definitely intense.
They're so good.
Yeah, I know, isn't it? It's like,
They're so small, but they're so good.
they're so amazing. I think you need more of these at home. That right there is a wooden coaster. Would you ride it, mate? I don't know, I just said that. But it is so much fun. It has got so many great little drops, so many little turns. It's some actually pretty powerful airtime, especially on the back.
It was actually really good. You know, like, I'm saying it's really good. I mean, it's really good for a family kids coaster, you know. But it's still great. Like, the airtime down the drops are really good, actually.
And all the stuff really fun in it as well.
Yeah, they are. They're always great. But, you know, like, the airtime down the drops are pretty much better than some coasters that they have there, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's actually a really fun ride, and it's so underrated.
Yeah, I feel like it was previously actually Scooby-Doo ride, followed by Fair Girlfriend's ride. We found out in the line for the ride. Really cool. But it still is such an enjoyable ride, and despite its age being very old, you still get that classic roller coaster feel with the fun as well of a family coaster. So if you go to the park, get on this. It's in Camp Snoopy, but it is such an enjoyable ride. Next up, possibly for our final coaster credit of the day, this time finding our final credit, we have to go and look and see if this ride over here is for our age group, because the entrance is down there, and I went the wrong way. It's down here. It's down here. It's down here. It's down here. I'm gonna, you know, it might be right, but I'm gonna just down here. We'll have a look and see if this ride we're allowed to go on or not. Because if we are, I'm right. I know I am. I'm right. Let's have a look.
I'm still gonna try it.
It must be 40.
I've over 60 inches. I do not know. I'm gonna risk it. So, what's 60 inches?
No, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, we're fine in that one. Yeah.
60 inches. That? Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah. Must be. Oh no, it's not. We're not fine in it. Nope. So, as you can probably guess, we were not able to get onto that coaster back there. However, we were trying our luck, as we did know that we weren't tall enough to get on that ride. But I guess rules are rules, and now, despite that other one that's never open, Skyhawk down there, Nighthawk, we have completed every single coaster at the park, which is pretty impressive, despite the fact that it's like 4 o'clock right now.
Yeah, but it's like 4 to 4, so yeah.
Which means that we have got a lot of time to do some V-rides, head on some other flat rides and stuff.
And get on the B&M Giga.
And get on that B&M Giga over there, yes. So we have got plenty of time now to do our favourite attractions over here at the park. And you did mention it, and I'm not going to forget, I'm going to stay on camera right now. We also want to do that haunted house ride.
We do. So that's basically Boo Blasters. and it's a real classic over here at Carowinds.
Once again, the things what Scooby-Doo had that IP.
There's one in King's Island, there's one in King's Dominion, and there may be a couple more. So it's a classic, and I really want to do it.
Yeah, same here. I say it looks like an absolutely amazing ride at Hip Park, and there was actually one over at King's Island, which we weren't able to do either because we literally forgot about it. So we could not forget what it's our last.
I mean, we were just walking around and we said, oh my god, we completely forgot about that. And we had to go back. So.
Yeah, so this is our last Cedar Fair Park off the trip, and we can't forget about Arrival Bell, otherwise I'd be absolutely gutted. However, I think first of all we're going to be heading on to Fury 325 as we've only done one ride in it today, and it feels as if we should really maximise it. It is actually, as it really is actually a bucket list ride at the park for many people, including a member from my channel, HUGO TBC, who's actually his favourite ride is that ride over there.
Well, he hasn't been there, but the one who really wants to do.
We'll do that one over there. So we've got to go on it, we've got to complete it. Let's now go to our next attraction over here at the park, Fury 325. Let's go.
I don't know, Steve.
I know.
We've just done Fury 325 for the second time, and as I quickly just point out the Fury dance, which is pretty cool. That ride, second time round, I don't know if that's because I'm on the end or what, but
And we both got, yeah, I mean, we all got back row again, so
Yeah.
I decided to switch sides, so I was on the right side of the train, and the left.
was it good?
You know, oh my god, it was insane, like that coaster is just relentless. Like, yeah, the trim towards the end does hit a little bit. You know what, that air time here, where every air time after that, still gives really strong air time.
Yeah,
So good.
second best in the world, easy, without having it down now.
For me, it's
I got
good. I think I still went to line over the Fury.
getting the end though, getting that end, makes second best, easily. That was unbelievable. The middle, I don't know if it's good. You haven't done the middle yet, so you don't know that. But the middle, I don't know if it's as good yet, but that right there, mental.
It's Fury 325, so when we say Fury, it's just easy to say.
Yeah, exactly, but yeah.
It is Fury 325, it's not a Bobble John land.
For the reason that is 325 feet in the air, and it sure feels like when you're plunging down there at 95 miles an hour.
Oh, that drop
Wow,
is insane,
it is fast, it is mental, and there were straights as well. I thought out on the ride, there were straights, and I know some of you are going to be like, what the hell? There were straights. Basically goes over your legs, not over your body, like over your waist, but it's me, so when you're going down, your waist goes almost over a train, making you feel as if you're really
They
flying
feel
out.
safe, but like,
Yeah, I
your
know, it
first
feels really
ride,
safe, so,
I think everyone always feels a bit.
Yeah, the other Arsenal, there wasn't intimidated, it felt like it was
I
flat.
was, I mean, because our first ride was a Ryan at King's
Oh,
Island.
right, yeah, right, it felt like it was
And we
flat.
thought that, oh my god, like, how is this going to keep us in a 300-foot gear coaster? But it does. You can feel it when you have your first ride, but before that, you may be thinking, oh, is it going to work? Is it fine? But it is. Like,
It is mental, so, and I think we're going to do like the last hour today. We're just going to wrap around that again and again and again, because that is world class. However, we're only having 2 hours remaining. As I said, we're going to our best rides. So the plan being that we're going to go now over towards Intimidator.
Yes.
Then from there, we're then going to head round towards the plane one, which I forget the name of, for flying one, Afterburn. Followed by the Haunted House, and if any other rides appear along the way, Boo Glasses, that's the one.
And then Combat Strike.
And then Combat Strike, and then after that, if any rides does not come up in that meantime, we're then going to finish off again on Fury. So you've got around 2 hours, that could be the whole day pretty much, remaining.
Literally 2.5 hours.
2 and a half, so that could be the whole day remaining. However, from now on, I think that's the best idea for us to do, because even if it is, as I said earlier, many great rides over here, we have to do ones that we love over here at the park, because like I said, we live hours and hours by plane away, and we can't just go and do like the really simple carousels and stuff when we got rides like that sitting in front of us. So that's the plan. It may change, but right now it sounds pretty good if you ask me. Two states at once, only in Carowinds. Once again, blown away by the rides over here at Carowinds. Intimidator, the back row, I think the trim's helped, to be honest with you. Those airtime moments, we did it twice.
Help, but they're amazing.
We did it twice, once to the front and once to the back. The front gives you the speed, I mean.
Closer to the
No, we got row 3, and then the wind seats as well. Row 3 is basically like motor. You got the wind just flying in your face, the thrills just ripping around those turns. That's what the front gives you. Whereas the back gives you those long air times. And I mean, we were going up a hill, and at the start it felt as if like we were just sitting there like, oh, good air time. And then I realised I've not even made an air time part yet. We've still another giant part over, and it really whipped you over it, and it was absolutely amazing. Once again, very well rides. Now I'm standing in the queue line. How can one park in America, and I know lots of them do, have 2 of the world's best rides? The whole country I live in, I haven't even got one. It's absolutely crazy, but once again, blown away by this park. I love it to bits. The whole theming, and I pointed out earlier on a clip probably, but the bridge here, the whole atmosphere, the Snoopy store, it just is really, really nice. And I've got to say that out of all the Snoopy lands, this is one of my favourites. When you look at the clips back there, I like the Snoopy land here. It's all in the forest, it's really nice, whereas the other one's a bit more on fields. So yeah, it's a charming park. It's got amazing rides, and once again, an amazing atmosphere over at Cedar Fair Park. So all round, it is a win-win. Although we have not stopped our day yet, we've got around an hour and a half left after doing 2 rides on that. So we're going to continue it with that amazing V&M invert, my personal favourite invert, again an amazing ride, which is Afterburn. I'll wait for you to come. That's the one. Let's go to Afterburn.
Clear to take off.
Walk on cue for Afterburn. Back row, and an amazing ride once again.
Wow.
That is honestly so intense.
It's so intense, it's crazy. It's like on the front, you get like push up, you get some decent air time on the front. And also you get the views as well, sense of speed, all that stuff. On the back, you see a whip step out wing, it's crazy.
Yeah, you don't get the view, but you get the whip.
Yeah,
and the
like
intensity.
or whatever they call it, it's just like, it's insane. Like that whip into that. Oh wow, I mean honestly, that's like one of the best, like one of the most intense moments on any goes like this. It's such an underrated invert. And it seems like most inverts are actually really underrated, because like Banshee King's Island is also really underrated.
That was really good.
And Raptor, Cedar Point.
Raptor's okay, but Banshee now, because Banshee says really weird good moments, they have unique moments.
Banshee's very different.
Yeah,
Banshee's more like a newer style B&M. It's got like more floater.
Yeah, it's got a really weird turn, so that's unique, but that is intense and fun.
Very whippy.
But I think it's just wrong though, like part of it, so it's better than anyone whip back at home.
Yeah.
And it has a walk and queue. It's just like crazy. And
like, we're gonna go to Fury in a minute. I mean, not right now, but Fury did 5, and that's probably got a walk on as well. So it's like,
it's wrong. It really is wrong.
It shouldn't be a walk.
There's such good rides here, and one ride that we're going to do now, which we haven't done yet, but I said at the start of doing it, we are going to go to it. I think it's down here, right? Yeah. It is the haunted house.
Boo Blaster.
That's the one you would get. Is it like a laser gun?
I don't really know. I think it's.
Is that like one?
Yeah.
Blasters. So it is. And I always like that game, but we haven't done one this trip actually.
I don't know if it's actually good or it's just classic, but
people love it. There's a reason must be why. So I think with no further ado, we do dare to enter into the spooky line, and you can definitely.
Used to actually be. Oh, well, I think so anyway. May not be this one, but I think it used to be a Scooby-Doo thing.
Yeah, I said earlier. I think what the other one did, this must have been too. And
possibly Scooby-Doo.
You can tell by the colour scheme, I think, a bit more than anything. It has a, it's like the coach we just did over there, has those colours, and also that BH, that's got to be a Warner Brothers logo at one point.
Yeah.
It looks like a sort of thing you imagine Scooby-Doo, with the purple, the green, Warner Brothers. Well, even if it is, comment down below if you know if it is or not, but whatever it is, it's still going to be an awesome ride to head on. This is Boo Blasters on Boo Hill. Boo Blasters! That has got to be the hardest laser game I think I've ever played. And I know that because I got a score of 1.
I didn't play it.
I was playing the entire time, I got a score of 1. They got like 600, so they not.
660 I got.
Yeah, the highest you can get is like 12.
So
1200 ways either Matt like the pro.
So Tom was getting 1 more than me, and he was playing the whole time. So I thought I was enjoying the ride.
I think my thing was broken to be honest, because it didn't even appear for 1.
I beat Dad.
Yeah, well, it was an amazing laser game. Not as good as the Six Flags one, DC Justice League.
To be fair.
Not as good Justice
I think
League.
it's. I think the thing is, I know more about the history of like Cedar Fair parks, and Tom doesn't really know that much about history. So
yeah.
I sort of get that like used to being like old attractions and everything. So.
But it's still a very good fun ride for family, and with it, Also being able to like, you guys shoot, you guys like just go into different scenes, different movements.
And I would recommend doing it.
There's even a few frolics on there. It's a good fun ride just to sit on and enjoy. The walk on Q2, it is a really good fun ride for you to just sit down and enjoy. Or if you want to play along, you can play the laser games too, which means you can shoot and go along to it. So that's a really good game personally. And something that you don't normally do when you like us, like run around the rides. So it's really good to be able to sit back and enjoy the whole atmosphere around it. And do stuff like the games which you wouldn't do otherwise. So if you're going for a long time, make a look on the website and see what rides you really want to do, because some that's a hidden gem, but also amazing. One that definitely isn't a hidden note, and it is amazing still, is Copperhead Strike. We end for a second and probably last time.
I mean, we may wait for it because it'd be awesome to have a front row on Copperhead. Like, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Front row on this would be lovely.
So, because of course as well you can put your bags away, it costs £4. So basically it costs £4 to ride, which I don't think is a bit of a con. We're now going to pass the bags to mum and dad, get in the queue, and we're going to head on to Copperhead Strike. But we're going to try and get the front row, fingers crossed. Unfortunately, we did not manage to get on to Copperhead Strike, and the reason for that was because someone decided to jump over the fence because they lost their cap. Which means they had to shut down the ride, then now restarting it now, and then the person that scores probably gets a good out, but I don't know what happens next. But we decided at the end of the day, we're not willing to wait over 20 minutes of our day to go up on that one. We'd rather go to Fury and stuff instead of waiting. If we might nip over there in a bit.
I mean, we've got icon back of that page beach. It's quite similar to that, so you know what, Fury is like nothing like we have anything back home. So.
Exactly. But a word of advice, don't jump over it. And actually a fact is that we heard on the ride earlier that if you drop your phone on the ride, they do give you lockers, and I think the whole locker thing's a bit ridiculous still. I don't agree with that because I think that they essentially charge you on the ride. But if you do drop your phone or something on camera on the rides, you get a year ban from the park, which I think is fair when you think that like they give you options. Most rides, you need to pay for a locker. So I think that's more than fair. Without you don't need to pay for a locker, but just be sensible.
How true that is, but
yeah, exactly. But the point is just don't break the rules. Just do what they say, and you'll be okay. They're strict here, and they know that. But being strict is such a lovely park as it is today.
so nice.
So, but yeah.
It's like a thing that we need to ground. It's no smoking in the park.
Another thing, yeah.
We personally love that, and we know that a lot of people are going to disagree. It's your decision. Whatever you want to do,
Yeah, exactly.
you can do.
But I think it makes the whole thing a lot nicer, yeah. And it's not like you can't smoke, you can smoke outside of the park gates, but inside of the park itself, it leaves the area a lot more clean, a lot more nice. And we personally prefer the park like that. Like you can't drink alcohol in the park.
Yeah.
It's similar to that. It's just people do different things, but I think we think it's nice to have a nice clean park for everyone to enjoy. And that's what Cedar Fair offers. They're not worried about getting a few people going a bit funny about it, like stuff like Merlin or even Dollywood was like the other day. But they want to keep it as nice as they can. Whoever wants to come and enjoy it can enjoy it in a lovely clean park, and whoever doesn't have to. That's how they look at it, and I think that's a lovely way of looking at it, and hence why I think it's such a big thing around the world. But here we go, almost walking queue again. This is Carowinds Fury 325. I'm not going to say it. That ride is mental. We just did it 7 times?
Yeah, 7.
In total or in that last go?
No, in total.
In total 7 times the ride. Obviously, we had 5 in that last go. Yeah. We had middle, because they didn't actually the road, back and front.
Well, we didn't get back right now.
Oh, we didn't get back. We were
there.
But front though. The front, on top of that, it doesn't pack for airtime by any means, but I've never felt speed like that. I mean, when you have a seat in front of you, it's like having a seat in front of you in a car or window. Being in the front row is like you're in front of a car, travelling at 95 miles an hour. And I mean, my mouth was just like blown back, like you'd imagine on a ride. My mouth was just blown backwards. Yeah. Now,
honestly, that coaster, like, I mean, even on the front you do get airtime. It's just relentless. Like, that is unbelievable. Like, for me, it's my second or third favourite coaster.
Second, yeah, but I'm still looking at all the rows. Second favourite.
That was insane. I mean, we got pretty much everywhere on that coaster, to be fair. And, you know, that was just insane. Like, honestly, it is ridiculous. If you haven't already, get yourself down to Carowinds to experience Fury 325. Because when they say it's 325 feet and you take your first ride, you don't really look at the views, you don't really think it's that tall. But when you actually properly take a look at the view, you do realise that it's 325 feet.
Yeah, exactly. Looking down. There you go. Nerdy fact.
Yeah, for any old fans of Nighthawk, not Nighthawk, Firehawk, I think it's called anyway. I think so, at Kings Island in there. I believe it's called that anyway. The trains for are actually under the lift hill for Fury 55, and they're all just like all sat down. I think one of the supporters is down there as well. And you know, it was so cool to see that as well.
And I want to give you another fun fact as well, if you heard when we were buying some souvenirs on the way out from the Fury stop. And that is that, you know, in different states, how they've got different taxes, depending on where you are. So for example, California or more than Florida, or vice versa, or however it works. They have different levels of tax per item, obviously, in each state. What we didn't know when we came here, and obviously it kind of makes sense when you think about it, but you know what thinks about it, is that different shops in the park has different taxes, depending if it's in South or North Carolina. So North Carolina, currently, if you buy a bottle of water for ladies there, each one of those two, so well, bottle of water, literally that side that we can see right now, those shops over there, past that blue line, that bottle of water would be 1p cheaper than if it was 1 cent. I mean 1 cent cheaper, but if it was this side. So not a lot of difference, but it'd be interesting. And maybe one day when if they do massively, drastically change, I don't know why they would, but if they did, yeah, you might find everyone eating over that side, and no one having Starbucks this side. But it's quite cool that literally just on the other side. And I think if we ever do return, we have to get on the lines with the shop in the middle. See how that works, because that'd be really unusual. That'd be like, where do you come in? But yeah.
There probably is a shop just directly down the line.
Yeah, somehow it's good.
Overhead or something.
Yeah, or some sort of restaurant or something. But yeah, basically, that might be the reason why there's so many shops on this side and tourists on that side. I don't know, but that's quite an interesting fact if you ask me.
It's pretty cool actually, yeah.
So,
not what you buy stuff from the other side.
No, this side's nice.
Side.
It's not nice to buy stuff from. I mean, it's cross over the line. It's still cool. I'm gonna walk down the line right now, and then when we do end up leaving the park, I'll do a final review of this world-class park, Carowinds. Walking down the line. We're in the middle of the States. In the middle of the States, guys. So there you go, from our day over here at the amazing Carowinds. As well we leave, in both the states again, still find that so awesome. We are going to talk about how great this day is because we came here with extremely high hopes. We've been to 2 Cedar Fair parks, Cedar Point and Kings Island, which is undoubtedly probably the best too, until we get in here. And honestly, we were so excited to get in here, and it has only exceeded my expectations of this park. It has got such nice scenery, the rides are world class, the staff again, incredibly friendly, but as long as you follow the rules you'll be fine as well on that, because they are very rule following over here at the park, but again really friendly as well, and it makes a nice atmosphere, we said earlier. And overall, it has been an absolutely amazing day over here at Carowinds. And I would say to anyone visiting, whether you are down in Florida visiting Disney World, or you are up in Tennessee visiting Dollywood, come down here to Carowinds because it is a place that you will never forget. And that right there, we're walking around now, will of course, as you can probably tell, standout attraction of the park is a ride that you will never forget too. And if it's not on your top 5, well, I honestly do not know what should, because that ride is amazing. But everything, even if you don't do that, from the Planet Snoopy Land, to the food, to the vans, to just the trees that surround this area, and even the water park, there's 3 entrances, 2 of which enter this part and 1 enter the water park. Everything is absolutely world class, and if you're coming over here towards the park, you've got to come and experience everything that you can. Unfortunately, we only had 1 day because we're on like a whistle-stop tour because it is our hotel / holiday, like travelling around visit, so we didn't get to experience our face fully. There is an on-site camping hotel similar to Kings Island as well, which is, I don't know exactly where it is. I presume it's just on one of these roads similar to Kings Island. It's not actually on the park itself. As well as there's lots of convenient hotels as well nearby. So I really say this is kind of a 1.5 day park if I had to be picky about it, because I don't think it has got enough to complete 2 full days over here. However, if you arrive a little bit later on, or you need to come on a busy day, because again it's a school day today, so we did a lot. So maybe it is 2 days during a school weekend or school break or vacation. So if you're coming on those days, maybe 2 days. But Adam, I'm going to talk to you now. How was Carowinds?
What can I say about Carowinds? I mean, it's a park that has been on my bucket list, again, like all the other parks on this trip, for a very, very long time. And finally standing here, saying I've been on rides like Fury 325, Intimidator, Afterburn, Combat Strike, you know, it's just phenomenal. And this park is just insane. Like, they've got, of course, the lineup is ridiculous. Like, Fury 325 and B&O Gear Coaster, I mean, probably the best B&M ever created, and it's just phenomenal. And you've also got so many other great coasters, Intimidator, like I said, Combat Strike, Afterburn, you know, them top 4 are incredible. Also as well, the sporting lineup's great as well. And you know, something else was really surprising was the atmosphere of the park. Like, after experiencing Dollywood, like, that didn't have the most atmosphere. I mean, we love the place, but just didn't have too much atmosphere there. Here it really just like shines on atmosphere. And of course with the two states, with North and South Carolina, it was great to see. You know, this park, they've really thought about what they wanted to have in this park, and they've made a great decision. Next steps forward, I would probably say actually, because originally today we didn't even realize they had a junior coast here, but now we know that, I'd probably recommend a GCI wooden coast. I'd probably say.
Imagine that, like imagine the skyline of Carowinds, having around that back area down there, where it's empty in between the two states again. I love that whole thing. I really love it here too.
Flying through the woods, being phenomenal. But you know, this park is insane. There's no bad coast here at all. The stand-up coast was a vortex, but you know, it was a great park to get to. And I'm so pleased I finally had the opportunity to get here. And like you said, 1.5 days, I was just about right, but today, the reason why we got so much done is it is a school day for all the Americans out here. Obviously for us, we're on holiday still, so that's why we're out here. But you know, I would probably recommend 2 days.
Yeah, on a school day.
Yeah, I mean,
we're not on a holiday day.
Yeah, I mean, on a school day, I'd reckon 1.5, and on a normal day, I'd reckon 2, maybe 2.5. Of course, you can, I mean, maybe only 2, but you know, it's a great park, and it's just so cool. I'm so much glad to have Fury 325.
And you guys enjoy the day?
Yeah, lovely day. Why is that train up there like that?
Well, that's because of the vlog station. But yeah, well, once I go ahead about how roller coasters work, I think it is now time to end the vlog outside of Carowinds, and I think. Is that how I'm going to go towards the state line? It's just there. Well, with that said, my name is Tom Dag from Theme Park Coastin, and I will see you for the next video. Goodbye, guys.